Hello and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Wolf, and I'll be your host for afternoon's program. And just a few reminders, please make sure to observe social distancing. And for our media guests, we have chairs in front of you to occupy. And if you have any questions during the event, we'll be having a Q&A session with our guests later. We will also be having our house guests and our friends who are joining us via live stream. So we're going to be having a raffle for you guys. For those who are tuning in via live stream, kindly use the hashtag Laban Pinas and hashtag Lakad Matatag in the comments section. And everyone, thank you so much for taking the time today and joining us for the Sibol Kickoff campaign press conference. And we can't wait to reveal what's in store for the Philippine esports athletes in preparation for the Southeast Asian Games in Hanoi this year. And before we begin, I'd like to give a warm welcome to our special guest, our PSC Commissioner and 31st Southeast Asian Games Vietnam Chef de Mission, Mr. Ramon Fernandez. Thanks so much for dropping by. And of course, to our most important people and most influential people in the world of Philippine esports. He is the Secretary General for the Philippine Electronic Sports Organization, and his name is Jobert Yu.
Thank you, Neil. On behalf to all the people that are here and to all the people that are watching, tell you more about Peso. Peso started in 2010 and founded by our president, Brian Lim. And one of the purpose of making this organization is to cultivate and give opportunities for our esport athletes. And we're very fortunate enough to be recognized by the Philippine Olympic Committee, POC, which is also in accordance with the Philippine Sports Commission. And we hope that for upcoming SEA Games, we're able to help the Philippines defend its overall ranking for the upcoming SEA Games. Again, I'd like to thank you, Smart, PLDT, Realme, Signal, and PB5 for all the support. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jobert Yu. Indeed, we have a lot of medals to defend in the upcoming Southeast Asian Games, at least in the world of esports. Now, to give you more information about the upcoming Southeast Asian Games, this is a very important person as well. In the world of Philippine esports, you know him as the voice of the hashtag Lakad Matatag in the world of Philippine esports. And we have an exciting calendar of activities. It's also always nice to hear about what's in store for Sibol. And now I would like to introduce to you our interim executive director, Mr. Marlon Marcelo, the voice of the hashtag Lakad Matatag himself. Give a round of applause, guys.
Hello. Yeah. Hello, what's good, everyone? Good afternoon, friends, colleagues, and to every VIP and media. Especially, hello sa mga athletes na nandito. Ako nga pala si Marlon Marcelo, Interim Executive Director for Philippine Esports Association. So, welcome sa inyong lahat, and what's good. So, of course, I'm going to talk about the plans for, of course, the Sibol 2022 campaign. So, let's start. So, yan, habang hinihintay natin, very intense yung atmosphere. Pero that's good. Relax lang tayo dyan. And hello nga pala sa mga nanonood sa live stream. Siguro nagulat kayo for the first time. Di ako nagka-cast. Okay, so let's move on. Next slide. So again, I'm Marlon Marcelo, Interim Executive Director for Peso. So, okay. So to give you a background sa mga hindi nakakaalam, this is Sibol from 2019. And of course, ano ba yung naging journey? What has been the journey of Sibol from 2019 till now? Sibol was a dream. This is a hope for those Filipino esports athletes na gustong magrepresenta sa Pilipinas. At that time, walang Filipino esports athletes na recognized by the government para magrepresenta sa Pilipinas, and we were given a chance to actually do this in the last Asian Games where we actually won 3 gold medals. So napaka-solid nung nangyari. This is the first run of Sibol. That's 2019. Okay, next. To give you an idea on a very broad perspective of what will happen dito sa Sibol campaign for 2022, this is just the first of the 3 campaigns that Peso is mounting for our athletes. So basically, what we're saying right now is at the first of the priorities for 2022 is, of course, the SEA Games. And then we're going to the Asian Games, and then lastly, IESF in Bali, Indonesia. So the Sibol team will be very busy campaigning for different events. So grabe, matindi pala yung laban na mangyayari. And if you would ask us, the Peso, what is the motivation for pushing this team forward? We wanted to establish that Filipino gamers are great. Filipino gamers are world-class. Gusto nating ipakita yung galing ng atletang Pilipino. Hindi lang sa traditional sports, kundi dito, papunta sa esports. So, as we move forward, why did we actually use #LakadMatatag? So, this is a very personal story. I think, I remember 2 years ago when, of course, one of our board members, Miss Jane, and her colleague, si Mo, actually went to us to talk about getting the rights or using Lakad Matatag for the campaign of the first Sibol 2019. Of course, if you are a caster, there is a monetary value in your voice. And I will never forget when they actually pitch na gamitin yung Lakad Matatag para i-unify yung mga gamers all over the Philippines. Casual gamer ka, PC gamer, console gamer, kahit anong gamer, pag narinig yung Lakad Matatag, laban yan. So, wow, solid yan. So I went to my partner, Aldrin Pangan, and he said, "Bro, kahit wala ako dyan, laban yan. Para sa Pilipinas yan. Let's sign the deal." Because hindi alam ng lahat na yung Lakad Matatag na line from Dota 2, which actually is Lakad Matatag normalin. Half lang ako nun. So, my partner is the other half, the normalin, also has the rights for that actual line. So, if you would actually need permission, that would be me, Lon, and Duno at the same time. And I will never forget that day when he said na, kung para sa bayan yan, why do we have to actually have royalties? Let's give it for free. Let's push it. And I guess it's a bit of a bittersweet taste. Just because my partner actually has lost the fight to COVID last year. And he's supposed to at least be at the stage to actually be here with you guys. But then again, he would always say na kung Pinoy yan, bias tayo dyan. So for me, the first campaign is really a nice campaign for us. And when we were actually looking for another battle cry, let's just use the Lakad Matatag. That's why the story is muling lumakad matatag. And I dedicate this campaign to him and to those na of course nagsuffer sa COVID. Because for us, gamers, and sa mga hindi gamers, pag narinig nila yung lakad matatag, it's like a battle cry. It means walk strong, walk steady, held high. And this is the message that I would like to impart. Of course, to those that support us and to those athletes na nandito ngayon. So yun, medyo emotional lang pero let's move on. Okay, of course, going back, eto na, 64 delegates, sobrang dami. From the initial 20 plus. Nagkaroon kami ng initial Zoom meeting, nagulat ako, ang dami nating athletes. Ang dami nating players. And of course, that is, of course, a great job by our Philippine Esports Organization and our Sibol executives. Hindi biro na bumuo ng ganito kalaking contingent. We were actually in a bind just because COVID and hindi namin magawa yung mga dapat actual tryouts and deliverables na kailangan natin para mag-compete. But sabi namin, hindi pwede yan. We must have a team. We must represent Philippines. So, I'm very happy na, of course, we have 55 athletes and 9 coaches in different games na sasalihan natin sa Vietnam. Next slide. And of course, as Peso, as your titos, as your titas, we wanted, of course, Sibol to become an inspiration to the youth. Hindi na lang basta-basta gamer ka, isa ka ng atleta. Yun ang mensaheng gusto nating ipalabas ngayon. Sa panahon ngayon, ang mga gamer nare-recognize na sa kanilang field. And this is a prime time opportunity for us to say na hindi lang ako gamer, isa na ako, part na ako ng sports, isa na akong atleta. And of course, kung atleta ka, you must uphold the values of hard work, dedication, discipline, at passion para sa craft mo. Kahit sinong atleta, ginagawa yan para manalo. And gusto namin maging inspirasyon sa kabataan na hindi lang kami gay. We have athletes na nagtatrabaho and we will do our best to support them in their endeavors. So si coach and si GM Job, sandamakmak yung nila, yung mga excuse letters ng ginagawa just because we need to make sure that at the end of the day, they're still students. At the end of the day, they still have their work to do. So yun talaga yung gusto natin i-push. And lastly, of course, ang mga lodi natin sa basketball, sa Gilas, we wanted to be like them. We wanted to be as big as them. We wanted them, at least pag sinabing Sibol, Philippine team yan. Pag sinabing Sibol, magaling. Pag sinabing Sibol, masipag. Yan yung pangarap ng Peso. And of course, yun ang pangarap na gusto nating i-push dito sa campaign. Thank you very much and have a great day. Lakad matatag.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Marcelo. Very inspiring talk. Maraming salamat po. And you saw the calendar, di ba? Parang sobrang exciting dahil napakarami activities ng ating mga athletes. And because of that, we need to know how much they will be preparing for the upcoming Southeast Asian Games. To discuss the training plans and their boot camp, we have the General Manager, Sir Leo, or Sir Javes Cotin. Please, give him a warm up.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Hi, so my name is Leo Escotin, but more commonly known as Jab in the esports industry. So I'm the general manager for the Sibol team, Philippine team. So next slide, please. Okay, so what is Team Sibol? Basically, Team Sibol is the athletes. These are not just gamers. These are athletes for the Philippines. We represent the Philippines in the esports division of the SEA Games. So one keyword that we always want to impart even to our players is that they are not just gamers, they are now athletes that compete for the Philippines. So this is a great honor for all of our athletes and we want to make sure that they understand that. Next slide, please. So what do we want to build for Team Sibol? Basically, for us, they are an inspiration for all of the other gamers out there. We want to make sure that they understand that they represent the Philippines and they have like more of a responsibility to make sure that they foster the professionalism and the competitiveness of an actual Filipino athlete. So that's what we wanted to do, and that's what we succeeded to do way back in 2019. So we have been very successful with our first campaign. Replicate that success or even improve upon it for this coming SEA Games for our country. Next slide, please. So one of the things that we want to make sure we continue the excellence of performance and of our esports athletes is we want to make sure that they have all of the support and the training facility that supports them. So one of the things that we usually get asked is that, are these gamers just playing games all day and all night? Well, it cannot be farther from the truth. These players are professionals, or these athletes are very professional. They have a strict training regimen that enables them to win consistently in their field. So these athletes do not only play all day or all night. They have a lot of training sessions. They study their craft on a daily basis so that they can consistently win. This is very different from an actual casual gamer or somebody that just plays for fun. So we want to make sure that the public understands that. And this is one example of the training facility that they would be training in. So we will be providing all of the tools and all of the support so that we can make sure that we can continue the excellence of the Philippine esports athlete. Next slide, please. Okay, I just wanted to run down all of the games that we are going to be flashing the names. So these are the esports athletes for all of the categories. This is for the Arena of Valor team with their captain, Eric Gambuta, and the Crossfire team with their coach, Arthur Texon, and their captain, Dennis Ramos Jr. And for our FIFA Online, we have our players, Daryl Novales, Aljon Cañas, and Jorel Aristorenas. For our Free Fire, we have their coaches, because we have two teams representing the Philippines for that category. So we have Luel Maldes for their coach, and the other coach is Jasmine Puyawan, with their respective team captains, Joshua Bertis and Captain Brian Ko. Okay, for our League of Legends team, we have, for their coaches, Coach Van Alfonso and their captain, Andre Soriano. For our Mobile Legends team, we have Coach Christopher Edrica Plaza and Coach Aniel Giardani, and their captain, John Mar Villaluna. Okay, for our Wild Rift women, we have their captain, Christine Ray Natividad, and for our Wild Rift men with their coach, John Marlo Manyosa, and their captain, Dragonheart Dejao. And last but not least, our PUBG mobile team, we have two teams representing the Philippines with their coaches, Charles Cacanando, Coach Mary Balatan, and there's their captain, John Rosello, and Captain Ans Rago. And those are the Philippine athletes for the Philippines. Please give them a round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jab, Ms. Kadin. As we speak, our esports athletes are already training for the Southeast Asian Games, and it's such a dedication to their crafts. Of course, this campaign, our campaign, Kickoff event will never be complete without our jersey reveal. Sibol's official jersey is designed by the founder and CEO of the Overdrive Creative Studios and brand director at Meta Sports, Miss Danny Ragacion. Please give him a warm applause.
Hello? Hi. Right. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the official jersey reveal. Actually, ngayon namin papakita today yung jersey kasi I already have it in my hand. But siguro to also give you context as to how we did it, I have a presentation prepared here. So please, ito na lang. Right. So again, my name is Danny Ragacion. I am the founder of Overdrive Studios, but right now I am part of this delegation na helping the Filipino athletes then not just look good but also pakita natin yung yabang natin. No? So, yan. This is the 2022 kit that we want to show. And to start off, we do have some goals in mind when it comes to designing this kit. So please. Yeah. Okay, I guess to tell you guys the story of what's the team this year, diba, we do have Lakad Matatag as one of our guiding principles as a team. But we also want to be reminded that we are united in gaming. And to visualize that, we wanted to try to incorporate a lot of like Filipino textiles then to this artwork. No? And with players coming from different backgrounds, different like regions, different games, we wanted to show now we're one country, and we want to show it through our jerseys as well. And pretty much you'll see it in three colors. There's black, there's white, and then there's navy blue. And I guess to also show you guys in depth of the jersey, I'll show you. It's a reminder. Here's basically what it means for everyone. All right. So in the jersey, kasi you'll see a lot of like the textile patterns here. We're in nag-intersect siya kasi we wanted to show na we're gamers pero we're also united to our goal. Kasi nga, we wanted to show that gaming is a force of good, especially in these trying times, no? Na if there's something that we can do, it's to show that gamers are also good role models then, and it's shown in these jerseys then. And you'll see in the shoulder pads then that there's a reminder of our excellence that we achieved this feat already in the last SEA Games. Then there's 3 golds, there's a silver, there's a bronze, and you know this is something that we want to show na okay we're the team to beat and we're the country to beat then. No. So next slide please. Yeah, obviously you'll have the jerseys in black, and then there's also navy blue, and there's also the white ones. And next. And of course, the jacket is also coming soon. So we already have the jacket here. Basically, it's a track jacket lang to complement everything then. No? Plus yung jogger then it's located on the next slide. So there you go. So basically, we want to try to keep things simple. We want to try to keep things fresh then. Also, obviously, aligned din sa mga current like gaming and esports trends then when it comes to merchandise and uniforms. No? So, please. And of course, this is how it's going to look like when you guys wear it, especially the athletes here. No? And obviously, it's going to be available in different colors and sizes. And yeah. And I think just to end my slide, it's very quick lang naman for me. No? This is going to be the official jersey that we have.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Miss Danny. And now, a word from our sponsors. Would like to call on Mr. Gerard Nilan from Smart. He is the Vice President for Content Business Development.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. We at Smart Communications are very honored to be part of this Lakad Matatag journey of Sibol in the upcoming SEA Games. You know, Smart has been a long-time patron of Philippine esports. We do share a deep belief that Filipinos can pursue their passions in esports and excel in this arena, much like how we excel in other physical sports. Now, as we did in the 2019 SEA Games, Smart is very proud to support Sibol in their new quest for gold and compete for flag and for country. As part of our support for Sibol, we are opening the doors of the Smart Sibol training ground to the team, fitted with the latest connectivity innovations from Smart and PLDT. This is part of our commitment to ensure that the teams are in fighting form before they fly to Vietnam. Rest assured, Smart will march with Sibol to make sure our battle-ready athletes will make Filipinos proud once again. Inspire more Filipinos to pursue their passions in esports powered by Smart.
Thank you so much, Sir Gerard. And now, we will hear a message from their official mobile phone partner, Realme. Please play this video.
Hi everyone! Ako si Austin Huang, VP for Marketing at the Realme Philippines, ang #1 smartphone brand na Pilipinas. Hope you are all doing well and staying safe. We at Realme believe that everyone has potential in the gaming industry. But what sets these people with high potential apart from the champions is hard work and the bravery to dare to leap towards success. We all know that your journey as an esports athlete has been challenging. But when talent meets proper training, hard work, quality support, and resources, you will become unstoppable. This is why Realme is honored to be the official smartphone partner of Sibol this year, as they take on the incredible task of representing the Philippines on the global esports stage. We are excited to be your partner because we believe this team can go beyond its limits and show the world that Sibol is the team to beat. Sibol ang malakas. As Sibol continues to inspire the Filipinos to play to their heart's content, Realme wants to share the same mission by turning those inspirations to reality by providing the right equipment to help every Filipino attain success and realize your full potential. This is also aligned with our vision and the mission as the number one smartphone brand in the country trusted by Filipinos. Given this, we are proud to announce that Realme will be given over 800,000 worth of smartphones to all 64 delegates to help you prepare and chase your victory. Once again, we are very grateful that you have chosen to share your journey with us, and we look forward to seeing what the future holds for Sibol and the Philippine esports community. I would like to congratulate each and every one of you who has made it to the Sibol team. And for Sibol, which made these young athletes dream bigger. On behalf of Realme Philippines, I wish you all the best of luck. Laban Pilipinas! Laban Sibol!
So much passion and support coming in from our industry partners. This is very heartwarming to see. Now, for this next part, we'll be opening the floor to questions from our friends and the media. May we call on the following representatives? Of course, Mr. Leo Escatin, General Manager of Sibol, Ralph Andre Labres, our Sibol overall head coach, Peso Interim Executive Director, which is Marlon Marcelo, and Miss Jane Basas, a Peso board member and the SVP and head of Consumer Wireless Business at Smart. Viewers online, by the way, can also direct their questions on the Sibol fan page or the Peso fan page comment section. Our production team is on standby to get them all. So let's start. While you are preparing for your questions, maybe the first question that we wanted to ask panel is, how different are the athletes now versus or compared to the 2019 athletes that we have?
Hello? Okay. Well, we're very different in a way that we have multiple new games included in this SEA Games. So, but I think one of the only differences is that we're the number of athletes that we have. So we're continually growing. But I think with our competitiveness and the excellence that the athletes are currently showing us, we have a lot of great expectations for them. So we're expecting really good results when we come out of the SEA Games this year.
All right. So from our partners and our friends from the media, if you have any questions, please step forward. Yeah. Please kindly introduce yourself first and then ask the question. Thank you.
Hi. Hi. Angela Coloma from ABS-CBN News. So I would just like to ask if since noong 2019 athletes were picked from different teams, why did Peso decide to pick teams as a whole for the SEA Games? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, hello. Okay, so first kasi na bale we took into consideration was because of the COVID situation. It would have been a nightmare for us to conduct a boot camp of sorts para mapili all the athletes, since most of the athletes that we have now come from all over the Philippines, and it would be hard for us. And then another is most of the teams actually that are participating now for the Philippines or who will be our representatives are actually number one teams in the region already. So other than that, kumbaga, it was already a smart decision for us since kahit walang baguhin sa kanila, they already proven na sila yung best.
I see, that's all. Thank you.
All right. Do we still have questions from Mia? Okay. Kindly introduce yourself first.
Hi, I'm Pauline Faye Triapa from One Esports Philippines. So, my question po is, so last year, yung Philippines po was crowned as the overall winner sa esports category. So, how do you think you can defend this year?
Well, basically, we will be defending it, of course, because we have great expectations. As our overall all head coach mentioned, these athletes that we have right now are currently the number one in their respective fields. So basically, not only in the Philippines, but in the region itself. So we have really good expectations with the current rosters that we have. And of course, we're expecting a lot of podium finishes. So in that way, we are expecting a really good fight to defend our title.
Another question po. So, it was mentioned that there are 64 delegates po. So, what was the hardest part po in assembling that lineup this year?
Well, of course, making sure that the hardest challenge would be actually making sure that everybody is safe. You know, with all the pandemic situation and all the restrictions, we wanted to make sure first off that our athletes are safe, and we wanted to make sure that the training regimen that we are preparing for them will make sure that they are actually safe and that they are able to travel. Especially this time, we have to make sure that everybody is, COVID-free until we fly off to Vietnam and while they are also in Vietnam, because we want to make sure that they're fit. I guess outside of that, that's the only biggest challenge, because these athletes are basically already training on their own with their own teams way before they started their SEA Games journey with us. So these are already athletes that are professionalized. So in that aspect, it's much easier. It's just navigating the restrictions and regulations of the pandemic that's kind of challenging for us.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just to add on that, in Peso naman, what we did together with the Sibol executives was to actually make sure that there is less friction when we are actually making sure that they can fly. One of the things that our athletes are having issues with would be some of them are first-time flyers. So they would really need some passports, the documentation, everything. And we're really happy that we got government support and we got endorsed in this following field, wherein the first step prior to their training is to actually make sure that their forms, all the administrative back ends are actually settled in such a way that our Sibol executives can actually just focus and our athletes can just focus on their mission to actually compete. So Peso's job was to make sure that all the pre-requirements are met. So that's what we're actually helping them.
Thank you po. Thank you.
Okay. We still have questions from our media partners.
Hello, I'm Delphine Joquina from Rappler. To anyone who wants to answer, last SEA Games, the Philippines won 3 of 6 gold medals, so that was 50% success rate, and then may podium finishes pa sa silver and then bronze. And then ngayon po, ano pong parang target natin or goal for the number of gold medals? Yan po.
First off, I want to say that, of course, the goal of the Sibol athletes will be podium finishes. So I think that's the number one for us right now. I think our overall head coach, Ralph, can elaborate on that.
Yeah. So from 50% last year, ano na, I'll put my name on the line.
Go, coach.
Kasi actually, realistically speaking, I'm expecting a little higher, around 70% at least. Will perform better. Though, unfortunately, some of the games kasi aren't as big here in the Philippines, so our exposure is a little low. But we're still expecting the best from our athletes. So, in turn, we're still gonna support everybody as much as we can. Yeah.
Just a follow-up. Ano po ba yung countries na tinitignan natin na magiging fierce competitor or closest competitor to the Philippines?
All right. Well, specifically, it would be Vietnam, since they were the ones who chose the games. These are the games that they know they are strong at. So, sila yung main competitor natin, I think. And also, a strong country would be Thailand and Indonesia. Yeah.
Thank you.
Before we look for our next question, we just like to acknowledge Mr. Robert P. Galang, our CEO and President of Signal and TV5. Thank you for joining us today. Question, please.
Hello, I'm Kennedy Kaakbay from ABS-CBN News. So obviously we're still in the COVID-19 pandemic. So what kind of health protocols or restrictions are you implementing among the teams or the players to maintain their health?
Well, of course, we maximize all of the safety protocols. Sometimes we even go beyond, just to make sure that we can have all of the athletes safe during their trainings, and we want to make sure that everybody is healthy and safe when they fly over to Vietnam to compete. So that's the number one priority for us. So in terms of, let's say, protocol, whatever is mandated by the government, we follow all of that, and sometimes even more, just so we can make sure that the athletes are safe.
Thank you.
All right. Are there any more questions? Okay. This one.
Yeah, Luisa Morales po from philstar.com. Anyone can answer this question po. Obviously, since the pandemic started in 2020, esports has really seen a boom in its participation. And what can we say about the change in the playing field right now? Do we see a more competitive field of other teams that Sibol will be facing this time around in Vietnam?
Yeah, sure. Most definitely because more people are playing, and the exposure of people to online games is booming right now. Of course, there are more people who's getting better. And syempre we're expecting tough competition. Specifically, I couldn't really say since ayun nga, maraming mga bagong mga players, bagong teams na dadating. Also other countries na hindi pa natin nalalabanan before. So we're really just trying to focus more on our teams and maximize from there.
Yeah, just to add to Coach. For us, we see that it's going to be definitely tougher, just because one of the things that the pandemic actually brought us is at least we're at our own homes. And one of the outlets that we see has been gaming. And gaming, if you're at, I would say, gaming and esports. Just because at the pandemic era, ang sports na pwede mong gawin ay esports. So, yun yung nagpa-mainstream sa gaming per se. Before, gaming is just like a pastime, and now it has become something of a lifestyle and a culture to these young kids.
Yeah. Just a follow-up question po na na-mention ng smart Wi-Fi. Miss Jane, what can we expect from Smart in terms of coverage, not just of the games itself, but also for the preparations?
Support particularly for Sibol. Actually, PLDT and Smart have been supporting this esports space even much earlier than when we formed Sibol. No? Sometimes we're front and center, but oftentimes we're actually behind, no? Because the heart of the PLDT and Smart service is connectivity. So that's whether wired or wireless. Walang esports kung walang internet, diba? So nandun lang kami sa likod. Actually, I met these, I call them kids kasi ninang of esports ako tita of esports. Ayoko ng lola, di ba? I met these kids in 2016 kasi yung pangarap namin, I was then president of TV5 and Signal, was we're behind basketball, we're behind volleyball, right? We're behind all these kinds of sports, gymnastics. Nandun kami sumusuporta. And ang growing sports at the time was actually esports, and we wanted the Philippines, the government, and the industry to be recognized, right? And we had a shared goal with these people and many others, sila Roro, sila Stephen Yu, marami kami. Ang hirap po, no? We had to build our first professional esports association, which is the Nationals. Nagsimula po kami eSnap, and then na-meet namin si Brian Lim from Peso. So we've always been there, and we are supporting the kids that we will bring to Vietnam fully. And we are committed to support esports for as long as we can.
Thank you po.
All right. I'd just like to acknowledge once again Mr. Robert P. Galang, the CEO and President of Signal and TV5. Thank you so much for joining us today, for all the support. Actually, for Ms. Jane, the next question, Mrs. Jane, is what made Smart sponsor the Sibol team way back since 2019 or even before?
Okay. You know that PLDT Smart is actually one of the big sponsors of Gilas Pilipinas, right? We're very, very proud of our national team for basketball. Yung pangarap namin dati as early as 2017, what if we form Igilas? So yun yung umpisang pangalan ng pangarap, di ba, Igilas. And then, as we met the younger children talaga. But as I met my colleagues here to the left and to the right, binuo namin yung pangalang Sibol. Nandyan pa si Ren Vitug and all that. And yun gusto talaga namin na i-elevate siya, na maging kasing laki siya ng basketball. Right? And we felt that we needed to create a brand that we can build to become a powerful esports brand, as powerful as Gilas.
Okay, thank you so much. You know what, I'm sure that we have a lot more questions to push for the speakers, but we'll have the time to ask more after this press conference. Moving forward, for the closing remarks, we would like to call on our PSC Commissioner and the 31st Southeast Asian Games Chef de Mission, Mr. Ramon Fernandez.
Yes, there you go. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me get closer. What an inspiring message. What's that? Mali ang cue, ah. Okay. Again, first of all, I would like to thank Peso and Sibol for inviting me over in this press conference. I'm not too familiar, admittedly, honestly. I don't play that much. I play different games, different in the computer, But I've heard so much about esports, and I know for a fact that you did very well. You were the champions in SEAG 2019. And now there are 4 more events compared to the 6 in 2019. So I'm really hoping and praying that our athletes, our 59 athletes will live up to their expectations. This will be an opportunity for me to watch the games live there, since it's going to be played in Hanoi, I believe, And I'll be based in Hanoi also during the games. So I'll be seeing you. I'll be cheering for you. Good luck to all of you. And see you in May 12 to the 23rd, because you'll be playing every day, throughout the entire duration of the SEA Games. Again, thank you and good afternoon to all.
What an inspiring message from Sir Ramon. Let's call on our Mrs. Jane Basas, the SVP and the Head of Consumer Wireless Business at Smart, and a Peso board member for your final speech.
Ayan, so ako po ang magsisirado. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat and thank you for being with us here today. Sayang po wala yung president namin, si Mr. Brian Lim, no? So I hope wherever you are, Brian, you're in a good place. But me, as a board member of the Philippine Esports Organization, or Peso, I share the excitement of the whole organization as Sibol sets its sights on the upcoming Southeast Asian Games in Hanoi, in Vietnam this coming May. Sibol debuted as the country's national esports team in the 2019 SEA Games, and we actually dominated esports during that time with 3 golds, 1 silver, and 1 bronze. No, with the stellar performance of our Sibol that I'd actually like to show the medal, right? So this is the gold medal that one of our athletes won, and we're going to bring home more, right? We're going to bring, right, Coach? We're going to bring home more. I will read from here, okay? So, Sibol is actually a realization of Peso's vision. Since Peso was established in 2011, its aim has always been to promote esports and professionalize Philippine esports based on a deep belief that Filipinos can excel in this arena while espousing the values of teamwork, discipline, and dedication. Peso worked on the vision brick by brick. Hindi po madali. I mean, you can imagine putting up a national sports association such as Sibol, no? Such as Peso and Sibol. From linking up with local and international organizations, pushing grassroots at pro-level esports tournaments, and supporting promising Filipino esports athletes. All these efforts paid off in 2020 when the Philippine Olympic Committee officially accredited Peso as the official national sports association for esports in the country. So maraming salamat po sa POC. All eyes will be on Sibol as they take the stage in the upcoming SEA Games with the full support of Peso, together with the generous sponsors and the whole country behind them. We have no doubt that they will bring pride and honor to the Philippines once again. So to Sibol, the best of luck. I see some of our athletes here. You all look awesome. Lakad matatag, and thank you and have a great day.
Thank you so much, Ms. Jane. May we please invite everyone to remain standing or remain seating for our raffle draw. As promised earlier on, we'll be getting 10 winners from our fishbowl. I'm going to be drawing them and also announcing the winners. Okay, first winner. Wow, this is I know this guy, Ron Muyat from One Esports. Congratulations. Having a Smart Bro Wi-Fi, pocket Wi-Fi, if I'm not mistaken. Second winner is from Ignitions, Mika David. All right, congratulations. Third winner is Marvin Gabriel from Tech Brawl, or Tech B-Roll, if I... Our fourth winner, I also know this guy, Carlos Pineda from Spin. Our fifth, it's Adam Parnala from Noipi Geeks. So that's number 6. Oh, that's number 5. Here's number 6. Ian Bakungan from Daddy's Day Out. Number 7. Malaya Business Insight. That's Manolo Pedrales. Number 8. Raymond Ravanera from Megabytes. Last 2. Kennedy Kakbay from ABS-CBN News. All right. And last one. That's Willie Nacional from Tips Geeks. All right. Congratulations to all winners, and thank you so much. That concludes our campaign kickoff press conference for Sibol. We thank everyone for attending both on-site and, of course, online. For more updates, kindly check on Sibol's fan page at fb.com/Sibol Esports. Please support the athletes as they compete in the Southeast Asian Games. Hashtag Laban Pinas and hashtag Lakad Matatag. This has been Wolf, and we are signing off.